Hi, my name is Rebecca, and in today's lesson we're going to talk about a common error made by students when they use two tenses in English. These are the past simple and the present perfect. Now, in case you're not sure exactly what those are, let's review, and then I'm going to point out what's the mistake that students often make when they start using these two tenses. All right? So let's look at the board. So let's think first about time. We can divide time into two categories. Time which is finished and over, and time which is unfinished. What do I mean by that? Time which is finished is easier to understand. It's things like yesterday, last week, last year, and so on, right? It's over. It's clearly finished. Unfinished time could be, for example, today. Today is still going on. It's not over. This year is still going on. It's unfinished. So what you have to keep in mind is that when we are talking about finished times, we need to use the past simple. And when we are talking about unfinished times, we should use present perfect. Let's look at an example so you understand more specifically, okay? Let's take this sentence. I worked hard yesterday. That would be fine to say because yesterday is a finished time. Or I could say I worked hard last week, also finished. I could say I worked hard last month, right? Those are all correct because we're using the past simple and we're using a finished time with them, which would be correct. We could also say, if we're talking about present perfect, we could say I have worked hard, right? I have worked hard, which is the present simple, this week. I have worked hard this week. Now I'm using an unfinished time because the week is not over, so it's unfinished. I have worked hard this semester. Let's say you're in university, right? I have worked hard since January. Since January means from January till now and including now. So it's an unfinished time, right? So we can use this with present perfect. Or I have worked hard since 6 a.m. Since 6 o'clock this morning, right? And now it's still today, so it's an unfinished time. All right? So this is what you need to keep in mind regarding time, and it's one small way in which you can know whether to use past simple or whether to use present perfect. The most common error is that when students learn the present perfect, they sometimes like it a lot and they want to start using it. But then they use it with a time which is finished. So if we look at the example here of Niagara Falls, a correct example would be, I visited Niagara Falls on Saturday. Let's say today is Sunday or Monday. So, and Saturday is in the past. It's over. It's finished. So I could say, I visited Niagara Falls on Saturday. Or I visited Niagara Falls last summer, right? Last weekend. Anything like that. Or if I want to talk about Niagara Falls here, I could say I have visited Niagara Falls many times in my life. Now, presumably, my life is unfinished right now. I am still alive, so we're talking about an unfinished time. So you could say I have visited Niagara Falls many times in my life. So that would also be correct. What happens is that sometimes students start to say, I have visited Niagara Falls last Saturday. Or I have visited Niagara Falls last summer. That would be wrong because you're mixing present perfect with the finished time. And that's the mistake that you want to avoid. Okay? If you'd like some more practice on this, please feel free to visit our website, www.ingvid.com. You'll see a quiz there, and that will help you to master this little point that might cause you some problems in English. Okay? All the best with your English. Bye for now.